The year is unknown. The earth is empty. No forests to harvest, no oceans to fish, no fields to feed from. Only one source of meat remains: us. It begins with hunger, desperate, gnawing, unrelenting, and soon humanity faces the unthinkable question: could we survive if we ate only each other? This is not science fiction. It's biology. It's history. And it's a question that tests the very edge of what it means to be human. Chapter 1: The Impossible Menu. Cannibalism has existed as long as humanity itself. In prehistory, some tribes consumed their dead for ritual or survival. In 1972, a plane crash in the Andes forced survivors to eat human flesh, just to live another day. But these were isolated moments, not systems, not civilizations. Now imagine this: a world where there's no plant life, no animals, no alternative food sources. A world where the only way to survive is to eat human flesh. Could we build a society sustained on ourselves? Could our biology and morality endure it? Chapter 2: The Science of Human Flesh. The average human body holds around 125,000 calories, enough to feed one adult for roughly 60 days, if it were safe to eat. Human muscle is rich in protein. Fat provides dense energy. Organs like the liver and heart, in theory, are nutrient-packed. On paper, it could work. But biology is cruel. Human flesh carries hidden dangers. Diseases like Kuru, once seen in Papua New Guinea, spread through consuming human brain tissue. It attacks the nervous system, driving victims into madness before death. Beyond infection, there's another problem: numbers. Each human eaten means one fewer to reproduce, to rebuild, to sustain the cycle. Cannibalism consumes not only bodies, but futures. Chapter 3: A World That Feeds on Itself. Let's imagine the process, step by step. Step 1: the collapse of global agriculture. A fungus wipes out all crops. Animal species vanish. Famine spreads. Step 2: desperation. Societies crumble, nations fall. Those who survive turn to the only protein source left: human flesh. Step 3: the feeding begins. At first it's scavenging, the dead, the diseased. Then it becomes organized, rationed, systematized, industrialized. Governments would try to regulate it, harvesting the terminally ill, the elderly, the condemned. But the math would betray us. Even if every death became a meal, the population would drop faster than it could reproduce. A civilization feeding on itself would mathematically implode within a few generations. By the end of the 1st century, humanity would vanish, not from starvation, but from consumption. Chapter 4: History's Dark Mirror. We've already glimpsed this nightmare. In the Holodomor of the 1930s, in Leningrad, during the siege of World War II, and in countless forgotten corners of famine and war, people turned to cannibalism when every other path closed. Each time it was followed not by survival, but collapse. Disease spread, communities disintegrated, and survivors carried the trauma for generations. Because cannibalism doesn't only destroy bodies, it erases something deeper: trust. The moment survival depends on consuming your own kind, humanity ceases to be a species. It becomes a competition of predators. Chapter 5: The Biology of Doom. Even if humans somehow manage to organize this system, to breed, harvest, and feed efficiently, biology would still rebel. Diseases would mutate, spreading through the bloodstream, through saliva, through shared DNA. Nutritional deficiencies would mount. No fiber, no vitamin C, no plant-derived nutrients. Scurvy, malnutrition, and brain degeneration would follow. A cannibal-only diet is not just morally impossible, it's biochemically unsustainable. We would quite literally eat ourselves to extinction. Chapter 6: What It Means to Be Human. In the end, survival is not just about calories or protein, It's about cooperation, empathy, the ability to see another human being and say, "You matter as much as I do." Our greatest survival trait was never our hunger, it was our unity. When ancient humans faced starvation, they shared food. When the Ice Age came, they invented tools, hunted together, adapted together. The moment we turn inward, when we consume our own, we lose the very thing that allowed us to survive the darkness of prehistory. Conclusion, the final question. Could we survive by eating only humans? The answer is no, not physically, not biologically, and not morally, because survival without humanity isn't survival at all. But if the world ever starved again, how far would you go to live?